The Senate fails to advance a war powers resolution aimed at limiting Operation Epic Fury in Iran. Lawmakers clashing over readiness, funding, and congressional authority. In the House, Republican leaders accuse Democrats of undermining national security by blocking Homeland Security funding as tensions with Iran continue to escalate. NTD's Chris Bob has more.
This is the moment Democrats decide to shut down the very agency created after 9/11 to prevent another attack.
House Republican leaders slam Democrats for blocking critical Homeland Security funding. They say the delay comes at a dangerous moment as Operation Epic Fury continues into day 5.
Did his administration to initiate 5 different rounds of negotiations with Iran's leaders. They even offered nuclear fuel for life if Iran would cease its domestic nuclear program, and they were rebuffed. They were stalling because they wanted to kill us. The Democrats have shut down the agency responsible for keeping Americans safe. Funding. They sent out a whip notice to tell House Democrats to vote down Homeland Security funding. That's a bipartisan consensus bill. It will be on the floor tomorrow for yet another vote. And everybody in America better watch that board.
In the Senate, the Subcommittee on Readiness and Management Support hearing from service leaders and defense officials about the current state of the U.S. Armed Forces. Senators pressing military leaders on whether U.S. troops are sufficiently prepared for Operation Epic Fury.
At the briefing we received yesterday from the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, they declared undeniably that we have sufficient current stocks to carry on and win decisively in Operation Epic Fury.
Secretary Hicks has said we are just getting started, but you should just tell us, how are you going to gauge the impact on readiness for our services?
Ford is a great example of the flexibility of the Navy. Now she's back in the Eastern Med and supporting CENTCOM. So there will be an impact on her return and the schedule for her maintenance availability, so she's ready to go again. Specific stats are 17 of the last 25 avails were completed within 2 weeks from a carrier perspective. So there is a cost, but we're ready to go turn that ship around.
The Senate later taking up a war powers resolution led by Senator Tim Kaine.
I am pressing my Senate colleagues on a motion of mine to vote on whether we ought to be at war with Iran. I think it's a bad idea. I think the president is waging an illegal war, and I'm going to do everything I can to stop him. And the first step in that is a war powers resolution to basically say simply no war against Iran without a vote of Congress. I believe I'll have virtually every Democrat supporting. I'm encouraging Republicans to vote for it as well. And I'm asking them the question of whether we've learned anything after 25 years of war.
The resolution failing to pass, leaving President Trump's military authority intact as the debate over funding the war is likely to continue. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Chris Bob, NTD News.